Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the JKWD podcast. My name is Josh. I'm the J. Welcome to the only podcast where the K would show up in a green shirt in front of green screen so that his background is blending in with his shirt. And sometimes he has a floating head. It depends on how he moves. How's everybody doing today? Calvin, what's going on?
I'm good. I haven't had that happen. I forgot I was wearing a green shirt. On mine, it looks good. So I'm disappearing on yours.
Yeah, every now and then you go.
People have said I have that kind of personality.
Right shoulder.
Yeah, so it's good. So yeah, I can turn it. Nah, I forgot about it. Yeah, so it's better. Anyway, it's good. I'm enjoying life. I'm learning, I'm playing, I'm thinking, I'm breathing, I'm waking up every single morning. Healthy.
Sweet.
Loving it. What else is there to ask for?
Well, you can ask for a subscription to Vitamin K Daily. VitaminKDaily.com. Put your email in. And 4 weeks free. How do you like that? There's a present right there. After that, $24.95 a year. If it's not for you, just cancel before your 4 weeks are up, and you won't get charged that $24.95 for the year. Vitamin K Daily, philosophical supplements for your attitude, health. Get your daily dose of positive from the Prince of Positive himself, Mr. Kelvin P. Ringgold Sr.
That is I. Or the foist.
Go get you some. Do the show.
Welcome to the Josh and Kelvin World Domination Podcast, where we talk about better humanhood and teach you how to dominate your world. You ready? Here we go.
Wow, it is the middle of December. You know what that means?
Means November is over?
Yeah, it means, last minute Christmas gifts.
Oh.
Yeah, we're at that time. So we thought we'd do our little annual, a couple of things that are hitting us, so maybe they'll hit you.
Hit us.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be it.
So for my part, I'm a big reader, and every now and then I like to dive into fiction. It's a good escape from what's going on in the real world, which seems to get crazier and crazier every time you look up. But
yes,
one of the
looked up again.
Yeah, really. So one of the deaths that got overlooked this year, because it wasn't a COVID death, was that of Carlos Ruiz Zafon, who the Spanish author who wrote a 4-book series called The Cemetery of Forgotten Books. And I listened to all 4 this year, and I've reread the first book, Shadow of the Wind, every year, and I'm just starting the 4th book in hard copy for the first time. The books in order are Shadow of the Wind, The Angel's Game, The Prisoner of Heaven, and the Labyrinth of Broken Dreams.
I'll take it for it.
But we'll have links to those in the show notes. But I'm reading it in translation, and it's beautiful. So I can imagine it's also beautiful in the original. So that's if you're an adult looking for stuff for you, or an older teen. How about you? You got something to start with?
strangely enough, I don't have a lot to think about. I had promised people. See, it's December now, but not when we're making this. That my vitamin K book would be available during the holiday buying season. I still have some time to make that happen, so look for it. Look for it. I'm putting some pressure on me to finish that up. And if we don't have the book done, we may have a great deal on advanced sales. But I'm a big mind guy. Preparing our minds. I'm a positivity guy. So, and I know an awful lot of things that I have done with people involve, doing something for the mind to give you more confidence. So, there's a gabillion books on how to have a better mindset or how to look at things differently and stuff like that. So
what are your 3 favorites on that front?
My 3 favorites, right now, I tell you what, Jon Gordon, who we have had on the show.
Yeah, Jon Gordon was on the show, and so was his wife. Kathryn.
He has an entire series that's really, really awesome of things. One of which is called The Energy Bus. It's an older book, but it's called The Energy Bus. And it just talks about life in the form of a story. What's he call it? Stories for adults. It's a really easy read, and it just makes you think about stuff, and it gives you some insight on how to make life better. That's one thing. And then one of our other guests wrote a book called Your Ordinary Superpowers.
Is that Mark Henson?
That's Mark Henson. Your Ordinary Superpowers. And that's good because it helps you understand that you're better than you think. Because there are things that many of us are good at that's just natural to us. It's like nothing. It's like falling off a log. But for somebody else, it's like, oh my God, I could never do that. Are you really sure? And you do that all the time? Well, yeah. So number one, it gives you the ability to think more highly of some of the skills you have that you don't recognize as being special. Mm-hmm. And it gives you the ability to help somebody else, maybe learn them so that they can feel special too. So those are great.
Well, I'll jump back in. If I keep finding myself, I have more and more kids in my life. Just the one that belongs to me. But got a niece on each side, and
she has friends and family.
Yeah, we're starting to get friends and more family members, and we found a company called Kiwico, and they do boxes. They'll do a boxed gift, and I mean you can set up as a subscription, but because we get them for gifts, we do a one-off. And usually we get the science box, and it'll have a builder project. And for one we sent recently, it's like you're familiar with the Claw video game?
No, sir.
Where they you get a little bin full of like little prizes like stuffed animals and like eggs with silly putty in them and whatever, and you put your quarters in and you operate a claw that you go down and you try to pick one up.
Okay.
And so it's got to build your own claw game in the box. So that's what we've been sending out this year. And
wow.
Yeah. So good project for a kid and a parent to bond over. And they got a science box, they got a math box, they got an engineering box, and they do them for older kids too. So if you get a 12-year-old who needs a more complex project, then they can do that. And like I said, they got a subscription, so you can actually set one up. If you got somebody you want to keep amused on the regular, you can have them send a box every month or every quarter or so.
Sweet. That sounds like fun.
But we've also talked about giving experiences.
Yes, we have.
And I remember for your birthday, not too long ago, I sent you up a little taste of Savannah.
Yes, you did. and
I sent you a little taste of Savannah at about 600 calories a pop, probably.
I was going to say thank you very much for the weight gain. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Thank you very much. Experiences, one of the biggest things. Sometimes they're pricey, sometimes it's not. But if you can get somebody a gift certificate for like a massage is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. And there's varying prices for them, but it's a lot of us don't take care of ourselves. We look at massages as like extra stuff, that's just a splurge. But in actuality, massages help your circulation. They help you relax. They help your brain work better. It gets toxins out of your systems. There's some wonderful things. So,
if you're like me, you beat yourself up running, and then and you don't have a massage occasionally, you just get tight and brittle and everything.
Yeah. And it's very, the first time I had a massage, it was good. But I had one massage therapist one time I swear she was a magician. She gave the only massage I ever had that when I got, normally, you're so relaxed when you're done a massage. I had more energy when I got up.
Yep.
From that one, it was like, I didn't think that was supposed to happen, but oh my God, I felt like I was a king or something. And so there's two kinds of massage. Find a massage from someone who is an energy worker.
Yeah.
A Reiki practitioner, as it were. Because because those massages had different, it's not just a massage. There's, and I'm a big believer in Reiki and energy work. So look for that. Does that make sense to you?
It does. And, in that same category is, hair and nails. And, personally, I would say personally, as somebody with a shaved head who bites his fingernails, don't get me anything for my hair and nails. But, I know that's a nice gift for some people. And very few people will ever argue with chocolates.
Very few. And for the ones of us who do, we'll argue right to the very last morsel of that thing we're shoving in our faces. It arrived nicely. You know what I found was kind of fun too?
What's that?
It was a little fountain. It was like a 3-tier fountain with rocks on it, and actually you could run water through it. So you have this. I love that thing. It was in the bedroom, and
that's your water bed. How did you not spend all your time peeing? You running water fountain and a water bed?
Oh, it's like if I go walk by the that doesn't affect me, man. It's just soothing, gurgling, and it's the next best thing to being next to a waterfall. I mean, if you went to see a waterfall, you wouldn't have to go to the bathroom, would you? No, I'm guessing.
I don't know if it was running next to my bed all night, maybe.
Strangely enough, those things don't affect me. I may be weird. I have been called worse. But okay, so if you don't want it running next to your bed all night, then you can just have it in your meditation area.
Yeah, you can probably just turn it off.
Yeah, put it in your meditation area.
That actually, I love water fountains. My favorite square. Savannah's full of squares. We go to the park every couple of blocks downtown, and I love fountains. I will sit next to a fountain and read for a couple hours. So I might need to go find one of those to put next to my desk.
Yeah. That's like really, really good stuff. I'm a really simple guy. It really doesn't well, never mind. Depends on who's looking. As a giftee, it's like I'm 67 years old, which I like saying because it sounds good, and I still act like I'm 12, but
still pretty, but you're getting a little shaggy.
I'm a very easy person to buy for because I don't have any expectations, and pretty much I've got everything I want. So if you can get almost anything from me, and as long it's not going to hurt me, and I'm like, oh, the thing for me is somebody thought of me to get me a gift, and so I'm not real picky, but when I was married, they told me not to buy my spouse anything that meant she had to cook or clean. But some spouses like cooking and cleaning. So, but if you're buying for your friend, if all else fails, a gift certificate someplace.
Yeah, well, especially someplace they wouldn't go on their own.
Right. My family, we're an iPhone family, an iDevice family. So, they like giving those kinds of things. But, once you've got the iPad, the iWatch, the iThing, what's left when what do you give someone who has everything? You know what? Take them out for a meal.
Yeah, I was just going to say dinner.
Yeah, take them out for a meal. One of my dreams, and me being ridiculously affluent when I get there, next year. That's my plan. I would love to be able to go around the world. Like my dream is to gather up friends of mine and just take them for lunch, places all around the world. I would love to come to Savannah, back when COVID's done and stuff, pick you up and go like, Josh, let's go to Paris and have lunch.
I got this plane over there. Let's
yeah.
Be nice.
Or if I don't own it, I can rent it for long enough.
Yeah.
And I like to do that kind of thing. I spend a lot of my time. I'm an attention person, I guess. I'm a what do you call it?
Quality time is one of
quality time. Yeah, quality time guy. I can sit there and talk to people for hours. So somebody a gift, go see somebody you haven't seen in a while. Yeah. Just grace them with your presence.
And even in this time of COVID, I know everybody's getting a little lax, but you can, you can do it on the line. We had somebody down the street from me had an 80th birthday recently. And
80th? Okay.
Yeah, and his daughter lives 2 doors down from him. So his daughter threw a party. And what they did was they set up a tent in the driveway and they set up a couple of tables, about 8 feet apart. So the whole family could, they're about 8-10 people, not a big gathering, but they were able to distance and be outside. And And
actually another friend of mine,
you can still do that.
Same, also an 80th birthday. they couldn't descend on his house, but what they did was got his email list, and they wrote a bunch of people who knew him, and they arranged like a drive-by party. So they had a motorcade going by to wave and beep and wish him happy birthday, and he didn't know it was coming. That was awesome. And for the ones who couldn't make it to that, they set up a Zoom link so they could wish him happy birthday over the Zoom link. So he had his parade and he had his friends on Zoom, and it didn't cost anybody anything.
Sweet.
So I love those kind of ideas.
Yeah.
So that was great. And beyond that, there's regular stuff. I'm also a olfactory guy. That means smell. I love scented candles.
I grew up about 40 minutes from the Yankee Candle factory.
Oh, did you? Oh,
and
that could have got overwhelming.
every year they used to put on quite the holiday display.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they always had a couple of rooms where you could walk through in their museum, and it was set up extravagant. Yeah, we used to go.
Yeah.
We used to go every year or two. Even as an adult, I went back a couple of times. Just yeah.
I saw me disappearing. Sorry.
It's fun, huh?
Now that I know what's happening, yeah. That was crazy. Anyway, I'm sorry. I interrupted you. What did I say?
No, so we used to be able, our parents used to let us put together little mix and match bags of they would have sales on kind of the misshapen votives.
Right. Oh,
so
yeah.
That they couldn't sell to grocery stores and that kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah, they're still in existence.
So really, for giving gifts, you know your friends.
Yeah.
Pay attention. What is it that they really, really like? What's the last thing they bought themselves that they were tripping out over? That didn't cost $30,000. And,
hey, look, if you got $30,000 to spend on somebody, go ahead.
Let me give you my address, in case you want to come by and deliver that in person. But yeah, and that's kind of it. But I mean, the thing for me is mostly is time. I like, if I can go surprise somebody, it's fine. But I'm really easy to please. I don't expect much, and I appreciate pretty much everything that comes from the heart.
Awesome.
So, what do you think?
All right. So we got a few book recommendations and a few.
There's also the Grateful Coffee Cup too. So.
There's the Grateful Coffee mug. So we got some book recommendations. We got a couple of small thing recommendations, a couple of experience recommendations, and just a reminder to pay attention to what your friends and family could use, even if it's just a little oven. VitaminKDaily.com. Get yourself 4 weeks free. JKWDpodcast.com. Show notes for this and all the other episodes, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. Show notes and more at jkwdpodcast.com. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share with your friends, and we will see you next week. Bye. A Better Humanhood production.